Okay, welcome back to our journey through Call of Cthulhu. We're now on Chapter 8, Riverside Institute. Last time, we escaped from the Shambler that got released from a painting, and we explored the Nameless Bookstore. We then opened a safe, and now Pierce, our main character, Detective Pierce, has been transported into another body, or projected into another body, so continue.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told, after inhaling chemicals.
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
The thing that
Dr.
should
Fuller
not be.
said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I
have to
see
do
signs
anything.
of hypodermoclysis, but
I'm
he's
just
still
kidding.
dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier,
He seemed to feel better?
yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't
Ooh.
explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
Oh,
I
boy.
pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Don't you get involved in this. You've done enough already.
But doctor, this man is dying.
There's nothing we can do about it. He's in the hands of Dr. Fuller. Do you wish to end up like Elizabeth, with a diploma from Nightingale and the chores of a cleaning lady?
No, you're right.
Let me do my own investigation. It's time I found those missing files.
And where would you find those? In his office. What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Calendar.
Chronic insomnia, like half the island.
So when we keep finding all those sleeping pills, it does appear that most of the people on the island are using sleeping pills because they're having problems sleeping. Gee, I wonder
Doctor,
why.
please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Mopping the floor. Kitchen, 2 men on a bench there.
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Good question. There's a fire going.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, a whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back.
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
You do that.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Wonder how he did that.
What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
We might need it. You know, you could pick it up. No, but I guess not.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Nightmares, maybe? Night terrors? Cephalopods?
Mrs. Sanders? Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. Oh, okay. She got in here pretty quick.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Make sure we didn't miss anything in here before we try to get to Fuller's office. This is apparently our new objective.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Looks like they got a bunch of like waterboarding or shock therapy or something goes on in this room. This place is so much different when you can just kind of wander around it freely. It's like showers, maybe? Oh, I don't know. Excuse me.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Apparently that's the
Wait a
bitch we
minute.
just
Where
talked
do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Your objective, distract Donovan. Cut off the water. Okay, well that's where she's at, so I can't remember where she's at, but I want to go explore a little bit before we try to do that, so see what we can find.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Detail of treatment is not given. Does not respect standard practice. October 1924.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I've done an exam. Deborah is looking after him.
And we had a patient come up from the psychiatric wing. Were you able to see him?
Oh, What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor. Dr. Colden.
Dr. Colden?
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Storage room.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Funny. Surgical ward, that's locked. It's Dr. Fuller's office, but I'm still worried about about Donovan sitting there. So, figure out a way to distract her.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Kitchen.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Okay. Is that a big revelation? Or something? Okay, it looks like I'm kind of going around in circles now.
Doctor, those people need you at the dormitory.
I'll tend to it. Don't worry.
Boiler room.
The door to the boiler room is locked. Where did I see that key?
Oh, yes.
Yes. The office in Block B.
Okay, so now we're going back to Block B. Back to Block B now. Okay. Be in here. There it is.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Yep. Sounds like a solid plan. Probably gonna go to shit, but might as well try.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. His binds left bloody wounds. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
You did good work. The tranquilizer is kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
Hippocratic oath. Heal all the patients. Sweet, we healed all the patients. And got the boiler room key. Okay, now we gotta head back towards the boiler room, if I can remember where the thing is. Hawkins wing. Oh, how about that? The Hawkins wing. So the Hawkins must have paid to build that wing. Never noticed that before. I talked to that guy already. Storage room. Surgical ward. I'm trying to remember where. Boiler room is. Okay, we're in the boiler room. Let's close the door behind us.
can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Okay, so we're gonna have to find a tool of some kind, maybe a wrench or something. Let's retrace our footsteps. Go back to a couple places that we've been already. Like maybe the bathroom.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Okay, doesn't appear to be anything there.
Everything
her
all
again,
right,
maybe?
Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth, thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have no desire to call Donovan for help.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Where would we find a tool? Maybe the storage room? Ah. Medicine and Secret Sciences. This very interesting book aimed at a wide public demonstrates how non-recognized sciences have influenced modern medicine. Magnetism, grandmother's secrets, Chinese acupuncture, hypnosis, herbal medicine, alchemy, and many others have contributed to a certain extent to the enrichment of medicine at the beginning of this century. I was hoping we could find a tool in the storage room. I mean, no, it makes sense, but doesn't appear to be one in here. Oh boy. Oh well. Let's see. Where the heck would there be a tool at? Kitchen, maybe? Just trying to think of places that haven't been yet, or haven't been since we've been looking for a tool. Storage room I passed right by it again. Doubt there'd be a tool in there.
In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
First time I've seen that guy. Pharmacy.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Prescription for barbiturate signed by Dr. Fuller. Umo Delaquite. Pseudoscientific work by Cesare Lombrosa correlates an individual's morphology with his criminal predispositions. The seriousness of this study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an uninformed reader.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Doesn't seem like they really want to treat the patients here. He's not Fuller. Treat them, but in his way of treating them, I guess. Okay, nothing in the pharmacy of note it appears anymore. Just gotta find the kitchen, and I don't remember where I left it. Where I left it. Like I left it somewhere. It's automatically somewhere. So the kitchen? Storage room. Wait, the kitchen should be over here. I think. There's the kitchen. Okay. Nope. No tool in here. Nope. No tool in there. Where could you be? Where could you be? Okay. Well, maybe it's not in the room. Maybe it's just like sitting around somewhere. Oh. Okay, there's the boiler room. Let me think. Where could you be? already been in here. Yeah, already been in there. Founded by Charles Hawkins, or C. Hawkins. Probably not Charles, probably Charles' father, maybe? So it was founded by Hawkins, Fuller, and Fitzroy, all three of their probably fathers? Huh. So they go back, way back, those families. Go way back. Ah, there's a wrench. For some reason we had not gone into this room, this little bathroom here. Okay. Now we can go back to the boiler room. We should be able to turn that wrench.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Close that. Now we're gonna go back to the Ben's bathroom, I think. Oh no, I see that thing.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
At last, the missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Particularly rare mental illness. Explain mental disorders linked to an exposure to works of art. I don't know if we have unlimited time in here or what, but I'm not supposed to be
Something
here,
is
so I
wrong
definitely
with these
can't.
masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient.
Cylinder was hidden inside Fuller's office. He recorded his thoughts about one of the many psychoanalysis sessions he submitted to Hawkins to.
And files. I was right.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar elements are the forms that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Plain sight.
Why is Ethan on medication? This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here? Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
So Sarah Hawkins' shoe, burnt shoe, is in a filing cabinet in Dr. Fuller's office. That's interesting.
I must go back to the basement.
Let's go back to the basement. Okay. Probably a trap to go back to the basement, because typically going to basements is a trap, but just gotta remember how to get there. Oh yeah, that's right. It's this way. Step right up to your doom. There we go.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Uh-oh. Losing consciousness.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly.
The bookkeeper, I assume?
Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Scholar of the unspeakable. Oh, he looks pissed. Okay, now we've reached chapter 9, Riverside Institute.